ho, ho, ho! It's Major Arena Soccer from the gateway to soccer in the United States of America. St. Louis, Missouri, where the Ambush host the Dallas Sidekicks at the Family Arena. Joey Santaboni alongside Matt Rocchio. One of us dressed like he always is, and the other one's wearing a really nice suit jacket.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Joey. And of course, I had to look nice. It's a big game for the St. Louis Ambush. Of course, 0-2 at home, 0-3 to start the season. They need to get a win tonight, and luckily, the lineup's chock full of all the starters. Everybody's healthy. We're ready to roll, Joey.
And one of those guys in the lineup is Mo NDI. He looked pretty good against the Milwaukee Wave last weekend, had a goal and an assist.
Absolutely. In his first appearance back with the St. Louis Ambush, that was huge. You combine him with the Taiyu brothers. Obviously, Varela continues to have his strong start as a newbie here for the Ambush. Continue that play, get maybe a couple more goals from those guys, and you're walking out of here with a W tonight.
This is the fourth game of the season for the Ambush. It's just the second for the Dallas Sidekicks. I think that works to our advantage as well.
It's always the question, Joey, rest versus rust. Which one is going to play into a bigger factor in tonight's game? We'll have to see.
We'll see right after this. Ambush Sidekicks on MASL TV.
Restore Chesterfield is the official wellness and recovery center for your St. Louis Ambush. We offer cryotherapy, IV drips, hyperbaric oxygen, and so much more. Bring your ticket stub and receive one free core service. See you soon, and go Ambush!
MITRE is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, MITRE is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com.
We're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ansley Haar with the national anthem at the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri. It's time for some indoor soccer. St. Louis Ambush, Dallas Sidekicks meeting for the first time this season. Joey Zanaboni, Matt Rocchio in the Crow's Nest for you. Nothing better to get for Christmas than an Ambush win.
Absolutely. What a present it would be for all the fans here today, and just a big mark for the Ambush going forward through the season. Obviously, you don't want to see an 0-3 start to start the season. You certainly don't want to see 0-3 to start your home record. So it is a big night for the Ambush on this Friday.
St. Louis in the long sleeve black jerseys with the pink overlay on top. Meanwhile, the Sidekicks, they are in their signature green. Recognizable names on both sides. Mo Ndi right in the middle of the field, going toward Jeff Locker as the Sidekicks huddle up around their new head coach, Terry Woodbury. Stars are certainly out, but both of these two teams looking for their first win of the season.
Yeah, and of course the Sidekicks, like we talked about, just their second game of the season. Second time they'd be facing a team that is already playing their fourth match of the season. It didn't go so well for them in their opener as they faced Kansas City Comets, who were playing their fourth match. No surprise there. Kansas City Comets walked away with a big 9-2 victory there. Obviously, big game here for the Sidekicks as they hope to shrug that one off and get their season started in a completely different way.
Chili Willie SK serving as the captain for the St. Louis Ambush. Brian Valadez serving as the captain for the Dallas Sidekicks. Our senior referee tonight is Brian Miller, and our referee is Kyle Atkins. They are clad in red. Ambush huddling up on the right-hand side of your screen. Last time we saw him last weekend against the Milwaukee Wave, I still thought we played pretty well despite losing 7-6.
It was certainly an improvement over playing the Kansas City Comets, but at the same time, you know, when you have such a great team like the Comets, it's kind of hard to judge the level of play. Was it just relative to who you were facing, or was there actually improvement? This is a big match for the Ambush. This is one they need to be walking away with a W against. You got to be concise. You got to be clean. You got to see a better, more consistent run from the defense. That's going to be one of the biggest things tonight. I think what we saw was a team that felt more comfortable offensively. You could see what they're trying to do. You can see that they're growing there. But I really think that the defense, we haven't seen the growth yet.
That offense trying to break through against Parker Lackland. He knows the Comets well. He made 23 saves against them, but also gave up 9 goals against that powerful offense. Ambush will face the Comets on the road on December 28th. That's the team's next game. And of course, the squad is back here at Family Arena, 2 o'clock on New Year's Eve. Make sure you get your tickets, stlambush.com. Ambush Sidekicks last season split a 2-game series. Home team won each contest. Ambush won 5-1 at the Family Arena last year. Sidekicks over the last couple of years have struggled. A 1-23 season a couple of years ago, won just 6 games last season. It does seem like this is ripe for the Ambush to get in the W column.
Big chance here. First year head coach Terry Woodbury. He's obviously been a sidekick in the coaching staff for a number of years and also played over almost 100 games, about 70 goals in his Sidekicks career.
Santa's in the house, Frank Tayu's in the house, and he gets us going through the back line. Mo in his first start of the season jars forward Nestor Hernandez, a former Ambush, pushes it forward to Powell. Powell looking to go around Mo, and Mo, nice work to stop up Ant Powell. Jamie Lovegrove, Sidekicks legend, came bursting through and down at the top of the box. Falls Oscar Romero, one of the 3 Romero brothers on the Sidekick team. It was SK who sent him down to the green mattress. The men in green will set it up at the top of the bow and arrow. Jamie Lovegrove in his 8th season with the Sidekicks and his first season with a shaved head. Tapping to Valadez, just wide against Paulo, who's in net for the Ambush. Mo sticks a foot out, helps us squirt that a little bit wide. It gets wrapped back along the board by a charging Hernandez. Easy catch for Paulo. He's expected to play in the first half. Pollo Cortez, as was the case against the Wave, expected to play the entirety of the second half.
Ambush got a little lucky there. All the attempts from the Sidekicks, just nothing solid.
Out of the back, Will Niamsi tried to get it to Tayu, and now a new face. Jeremy Rayleigh tests his luck against Lackland, gets it turned back. Rayleigh, a 9-year MASL vet. This is off the wall. It's grabbed by Julio Varela, recycled back through Frenchie. 6 goals against the Wave last weekend were a season high for an Ambush offense that's been trying to get Frank Tayu
in good positions. He heads back to the bench. Hulk on. Nice feed from Varela to Rafa Araujo. Oh, blocked by Hernandez as it just got by Lackland. Put himself in front of the bookshelf. Rayleigh squirms it outside to Niamsi.
It's not a new thing, Joey, but positioning just so crucial for a defender. How about Hernandez saving an early goal?
He's another guy who's been in the MASL seemingly forever.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of experience on this team, really. Hernandez and Ballard as the only guys over, and Lovegrove, the only guys over 100 appearances, although we will see Dallas Psychic, get their 100th appearance in the MASL tonight.
Speaking of some new faces, Ryan Kidu takes that shot, gets it partially blocked. Now the side kicks across the equator. Alberto Rodriguez into the corner. Dylan Hundelt able to stave him into that corner, and Paulo another easy pickup. 12:50 left in the first quarter. Goose eggs on the scoreboard. Christian Briggs gets his first touch of the game. Paulo out of the neutral zone. Swipes into the corner. Lucas Almeida, who's had a fine start to the season, giving chase. Turned out of the corner by Moises Hernandez. Refed by Alberto Rodriguez. With the left foot, Moises able to caterpillar it to Jamie. Across the goal line, fronted by Briggs. Cross ends up in the box to be stolen away by Niamsi. Will swarmed on the board. Content to dump it and chase it, making it difficult for the sidekicks. Niamsi won't quite get through the forest of green. What a fantastic effort, though, to buy some time for the ambush. Off the side wall, Tristan Austin comes into the game. Takes this away.
A welcome to the game for David Balait, as first season with the Sidekicks, and this is his first game after not playing against Kansas City, so an MASL debut for the man they call Soccer David.
Social media star. Austin, who's played with the M2 side this year, does a nice job. Now Will SK lifting one toward the King. Bounces away, pressured from behind by Colin O'Keefe. Mo takes it back toward midfield, and the ambush will start over. SK, who scored a hat trick against the Wave. Tayu also scored his first home goal for the ambush. Long pass to him by Almeida. Christian Quintana, who's in his 100th MASL game, sends him down to the floor, and the free kick will come for the ambush close to the sideboard.
Quintana really was a huge addition for the Sidekicks. You talk about changing the mentality, changing the culture, bringing in a guy from a winning club like Chihuahua last year. That's how you change the culture of a team.
Won the championship while on loan with the Chihuahua Savage, their second straight crown. Almeida sliding, Hulk! Just a bit high off the window. Backhead by O'Keefe. Almeida hoists it back toward the King. Lackland, a small leap in the air, he brings it down. All in all, Lackland actually did pretty well against the Comets. He's part of this goaltending unit that features Juan Gamboa. It's just there was a deluge of shots against him. ONDI, a little ill-advised, ends up with Christian Quintana, and the ambush will catch a break as Isai Romero goes down. Sprung over the top for Tayu. Headed away by Lackland. Quintana on the board. Hundelt goes for the steal. Araujo continued pressure. Isai Romero getting it to Nestor Hernandez. Off the board, centered by Paul. Shot, and Paulo leaps in the air to stone Chris Escalera. Big save from the Brazilian Rob Lowe. The sidekicks will be set up well, but it took a masterful effort from the starting keeper.
Something interesting, Joey, we saw it last game, and I think we're going to see it again this game. They're playing each goalkeeper a half to keep him spry, keep him healthy, and I think we saw a little spryness from Paulo on that save.
Lovegrove looking to angle it back to Oscar Romero. Ambush other plans.
Yeah, it looks like that one got a little bit mistouched. I think that was Anthony Powell.
Austin took it out. It gets bounced back to Paulo. 10:06 left in the first. Nada affair. James Thomas out of the center circle, his first touch. Big Mo in his second stint in St. Louis. Text messaging forward to Deduca. Moises all over him. Mo continuing to work his way into fitness after missing the first couple of games of the season. Julio Varela, who's played some with the sidekicks in his MASL career. Has it taken away by O'Keefe. Inside the gold line, O'Keefe blocked in front. The scramble back by Rayleigh in front of Paulo and keeps it from getting to the bookshelf.
Of course.
A little pressure by Varela, and Escalera went down pretty easy. He does get the Tweety Bird.
Jerem Rayleigh, the newest addition to this ambush roster, the defender playing his first game in an ambush jersey after being acquired earlier this weekend. Talked to Coach Locker before the game and really talked about his defensive consistency and again that positioning factor coming in again as he saves a goal there for the ambush. Both Hernandez and Rayleigh, the center backs, if you will, with some big blocks early.
Good work against Oscar Romero from Varela. It's a nice step around by Niamsi to win a steal. Gets it by Nestor Hernandez. Niamsi with Thomas. Quintana comes bobsledding over. Yanks it away. Niamsi will keep the pressure on.
That's an insane tackle from Quintana. There's so many ways that can go wrong. Ball's out in front of Niamsi. Pretty clear if you take him down without the ball that you're getting a blue card, maybe putting your team a man down.
Here comes one of the Romero brothers, and it's hoisted high out of play. 3 Romero brothers on this Dallas Sidekicks roster. That was Yair Romero, who is the youngest, born on New Year's Eve 2002 in Fort Worth, Texas. Goalkeeper distribution for the ambush. And it's going to come out of the back the long way. Hundelt and Jareem Rayleigh. He's from Maryland. In his early 30s, acquired from the Baltimore Blast. Consistency is what he brings to the defense, according to head coach Jeff Locker. We'll have to make another stand here.
And man, do they need that consistency, Joey. I know the offense is always going to be the bigger talking point when we're talking about the indoor game, but defense is so crucial.
That's poked by Balliet, looking for his first MASL goal, sprays it off the window.
Impressive play there by Balliet, really. Hundelt got lucky that one wasn't in the upper 90.
Dylan Hundelt from St. Louis just celebrated his 32nd birthday last month. Paulo takes over the joystick. Briggs and Niamsi as SK gets off the bench. Niamsi. Balliot wants to keep him pinned. Niamsi, squeezed pass, ends up with Tayu off the board. Frank goes down, whistle comes out. Balliot saying, "What did I do?" And Tayu earns a free kick for the ambush just outside the box.
Huge chance for the ambush here. You got Tayu, you got Duduka, and you got Mo running the point with JT Thomas. I mean, you have 4 goal scorers. One guy who is an absolute virtuoso, maestro-level passer from deep in the game. Good chance here.
7:18 in the first. Mo softly done. Wanted to escort to Tayu down low. 3 in green on the wall. Take it away and get it to the man in lime green yellow back at the center line. Ambush goalie Paulo. This is one aspect of his game that maybe Pollo Cortez does not have. Very good offensively. Tayu stepping over against Quintana. Off the wall, temptingly through the box. Squirts out to SK. Off the window, Quintana lifts a toe to win it in front of Tayu. Frank able to pop it back to JT. Thomas goes to work, left-footed, blocked by Quintana. Lackland challenging against the King in the corner. Ends up popped out. Here comes Powell. Powell with Torquato forward. Powell cuts back in, unleashes a shot off of Thomas, collected on the backside by Romero. And Oscar Romero sprays it through the box, ambush, clear it back to midfield. Nestor Hernandez with the ball, 6:25. Next available slot, I'm sure we'll get the official timeout. Valadez the captain. Xylophoning in the back with Nestor. Lackland once in on the action. Parker slipping toward Lovegrove. Disconnected by Mo. Thought he saw something. Ends up just sending into the corner so the ambush can switch. Hernandez with a host of new St. Louis players on the field. Lovegrove gets ahead at midfield. Rodriguez, pretty footwork. The loop wasn't high and long enough. Headed away by Araujo. Rodriguez reconnects. Worms it across the middle. Niamsi and Varela take it away. Big Mo. Araujo. turning on the accelerator, got held a bit by A-Rod. No whistle. 5:30 left in an exciting but scoreless first period. Frank. Off the wall, and you can tell, just like the other teams we faced, the Comets and the Wave, as soon as Frank gets it, they are all over him, and really even before.
Yeah,
one tight defense down low.
In one way, the Ambush can, get more from Frank Taiyu. Get him the ball in the center like this.
Ooh, Keto.
Stop giving him in the corner where he's only got one way to move if he actually wants to score a goal. He's a goal scorer. You want him central as often as possible. That's going to be a big thing for the Ambush offense today. Can they find ways to get the ball to Frank Taiyu, but get him in the spots that he wants it, he's most comfortable, and he's most dangerous.
Jeff Locker is saying that was a focal point, a huge focal point of practice this week. Winged all the way down the field by the sidekicks. Niamsi to Paulo. Lovegrove sprinting at him. Paulo strong with the ball. Long launch. Lackland playing dangerously here. Taiyu and Almeida hoping to take away. Loop back out to SK.
I mean, Taiyu's got, you can't be throwing your hands up for a foul, for a whistle, when the ball's live, when the goalie's off his line.
Poked away by Romero. Taiyu! Croquet's at home! I haven't seen a king execute like that since I watched the other Bolin girl. Frank Taiyu picks it up, slides it in, says it's about time. Ambush 1, sidekicks nothing. How about that from the king?
Well, the man's got a crown and I don't, for a very good reason, Joey. Don't listen to me, Frank Taiyu. If it gets you in good position for another one, go ahead and complain about that whistle when you shouldn't. Huge goal from Frank Taiyu here. Just clinical from the leading scorer in league history.
Just over 4 to go in the first. Ambush up 1-0 on MASL TV.
Starting a new business isn't simple, but B1 Bank can make it uncomplicated. I know I can count on B1 Bank to understand my vision for my business and provide banking solutions personalized to my needs. If you're looking to start or grow your own business, B1 Bank can help establish a seamless plan for future growth. Build a relationship with an accessible bank that truly understands your business needs. Connect with a B1 banker today. Learn more at b1bank.com/business.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more.
Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks. Learn more or try it for yourself by visiting greendropcompression.com.
Little over 10 minutes into the first. Frank Taiyu scores his 4th goal of the season, 2nd at home. Sidekicks will feed Paulo off the restart tap. Things shaping up well for the Ambush. Out to an early advantage for the first time since December 1 at KC. Now on a restart as that ball gets headed just past the Sidekicks bench. Great to see Taiyu get going, and now we can see if maybe a second unit can add to. Mo Ndiaye quarterbacking, Hulk receiving, turning Lackland! No choice but to leap in front of that, and then Araujo Goes drones over New Jersey mode, hovers that way up over the goal.
Great job by Lackland playing big there, but I just want to give some credit to the Ambush offense because that quick kind of direct play into a quick turnage, it's just something that hasn't existed in the offense through these first 3 games. So getting some scores off that early would be huge.
I think Frank is on the cusp of breaking out. Tonight, Uzi Tayu not active for the Ambush. He's scored here. Frank has scored now in each of the last 2 games at the Family Arena. If he gets going, this team is dangerous. Not the start that the franchise wanted at 0-3, but a long season ahead. And great signs for the Ambush. A-Rod through Mo. Tip back to Paulo. Falls on it to be safe. Matt, what do you want for Christmas?
Can I say world peace?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Julio Varela stopping it up at the gold line. I was going to ask for a 24-pack of water bottles, but that'll do as well. Mo through his old friend Frank. Quintana all over it. Lackland through A-Rod. Fans, if you're looking for a great holiday gift, consider giving an Ambush family pack this season. It's the best gift that you can leave under the tree for $125. You get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, and a large popcorn. Family nights with the Ambush are being held February 1st and March 7th. Make sure you check it out at stlambush.com/family pack. Sidekicks out of the corner. Baladez retreating beyond the gold line. Moises Hernandez gives to Torcado. Too strong. Mo Ndiaye blocks the shot of Renato Torcado. Then impedes that from getting in. Niamsi looking to flush it out. Turnage! And Baliet has his first MASL goal.
Soccer David Baliet, his first career MASL goal in his first career MASL quarter. Congratulations to the man there out of Dallas, Texas, doing it for the hometown squad. Huge goal there, ties this up and kicks the Ambush momentum right into the dirt. 1-1 with 2:15 left to play.
Left-footed shot through traffic.
Was a nice shot. God, that was a gorgeous shot. Just a daisy cutter. Slides it right past James Thomas. Isn't there in the right position. Gets it shoe shined afterwards. Just a huge goal for Baliet and the sidekicks.
Grew up partially in Argentina in Buenos Aires. Went to high school in Texas. Won a state championship. Ended up at Mississippi College. And now in the professional game as well. Hernandez pressuring Holt, wanting to cut it forward to SK. Thwarted by Romero. That was Yair Romero. O'Keefe pauses it at the equator. It's a gut check for the Ambush. How do they respond to a little adversity against a sidekicks team that generally has struggled to score over the course of their first 5 quarters? Hernandez, header inside. Powell unleashed it. Gets blocked by Rayleigh, the new face. Parabola back out for Escalera to chase. Give to Lackland with Almeida in the area. SK in the area as well. Escalera getting it out to Yair and the oldest Romero brother. Probably the youngest Romero brother. The one with the highest number. Out of the back. Powell splitting a couple to get it to Yair. Rayleigh looking pretty good so far. Strong on the tackle. Gets Powell to slip and fall. 51 seconds to Chile. Leave Austin. And he'll start it back toward midfield.
Just missed the give and go there. SK, usually a guy who's always willing to find the extra man, the extra pass, finish the give and go. That time he got the give, he didn't look back for the go, and I think they might have missed a chance to score one there.
Under 30, Paulo cuts it in against Lovegrove. Email over, Araujo. Briggs. 15, Varela. King, middle, nobody there. Araujo down on his derriere beyond the gold looking for the call.
They're letting him
5
play,
seconds.
Joey, especially away from the ball.
Lovegrove, tipped by Araujo. Briggs keeps it safe. And we'll go to the second, tied 1-1. Frank Tayu on the board. David Baliat joins him. Ambush won. Sidekicks won. This is MASL Soccer on MASL TV.
B1 Bank has all the tools I need to make my commercial banking experience uncomplicated. From online banking to the B1 Bank mobile app, I can manage my accounts anytime, anywhere. Whether I need to quickly verify a payment or transfer funds, I know I can keep track of my finances easily and securely. At B1 Bank, you can expect access to innovative technology in addition to personalized service. Learn more at b1bank.com. B1 Bank. Be uncomplicated.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
Every business is different, but B1 Bank knows that every business owner has similar needs. A trusted bank is your best asset for staying on top of day-to-day finances and planning for future business growth. Learn more at b1bank.com/business.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo. Alex Bostavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics.
Rocking around that Christmas tree at the Family Arena in St. Charles. A goal apiece, ambush, and sidekicks. Paulo, in his final 15 minutes of the game, about to face off against a sidekick squad that got a goal last game from Jamie Lovegrove. He will catalyze things to start this second quarter.
Joey, after that first quarter, it's pretty simple. There's not playing well. There's playing really good. But there is a gray area where you're not necessarily making mistakes, but you're not clicking and you're not reacting and you're still thinking through passes instead of just making the natural pass that's going to open up the space. And that's the gray area the Ambush are living in today. There's no huge mistakes, but it's just the extra pass, the extra run is not there yet.
Moises Hernandez on the restart of the restart. Got it down toward Powell, and this sidekicks team will restart it from the trench. Moises, Lovegrove, header. Powell came in front of Paulo, jammed toward undealt, and jammed home. Valadez lurking right around the entry and able to body it home. I think this one's going to end up on under review, Matt.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
Can they do no calls on under review?
It can end up on under review, and we can talk about it then. Certainly the time to talk about it is not in the moment while the ball is still live. Again, the Ambush now have let up a goal and potentially lost themselves a goal. Now, you can take that one away because Frank Tayu scores in the very next possession, so that possession probably doesn't exist if they score there, so they're probably still at one. But the bottom line is, that's the second time the Ambush have complained about a call while the ball is live and lost a chance to either score a goal or stop a goal, and now they're down 2-1 because of that. Those are the little, now we're out of the gray area, Joey, we're into the red.
Wanted Powell cited for something after he snuck around Paulo to get the ball. I don't know if he made some contact, something like that.
It's completely fair. It's completely reasonable that he might have made contact and the call was missed, but, I mean, no whistle blows. You can't be flat-footed and not getting back on your line if you're Paulo. I understand you don't like the call, but play's going live, and, of course, Valadez standing at 6'3". Not going to be a lot of people who can take a header away from him.
Tayu, fed by Araujo, pressuring Quintana in the corner. The sidekicks happy to get it out to A-Rod. Kido makes it difficult. Araujo gets the take. Mo setting up front and center. Down low, Taiyu. Quintana, Secret Services him away. Taiyu hammered it a couple of inches wide. Sprays back outside to Kido.
Joe, I'm realizing now, looking at the feed, that it almost looks like at times the Dallas sidekick goalkeeper is just another ambush player.
Blackland.
With the black and the colors and kind of the multicolored
does blend
jersey.
in. That's a good point.
And obviously here in person it's a little bit clearer, but I'm just, if we look at our monitors, there might be a little confusion for some people back home if there's some close plays between the ambush attackers and the sidekick's goalkeeper.
Parker Lackland out of Richardson, Texas. He started both the games this year for the Sidekicks.
Yeah, interesting decision there. Obviously, Gamboa with over 100 starts in MASL play. Going with the youth here again, I think it kind of gets back what we talked about with head coach Terry Woodbury before the season, Joey. They're changing the culture down in Dallas, and I think it starts with maybe putting a younger goalkeeper between the pipes and trying to get some energy that way.
SK has to chase it back into the ambush half. Hundelt with 12:40 on the clock in this second. Rayleigh in his team debut. Jareem Rayleigh bounces it off the wall to Hundelt. Dylan, clever leave. SK, Hulk, get in there, baby! Daduka!
Sun's going down, big boy. Beautiful goal there by the ambush, and that's them executing their offense. You get to Duca. He likes the ball opposite from Taiyu. He likes it more on the sides where he can take advantage of those angles, and he can dribble out, and he can take advantage and work the boards. This time it's just a quick turnage and an absolute power shot. There's a reason why we call the man Hulk. There's a reason why we called the Duca. It's because the big boy's got power, and you saw it right there. Great job by Hundelt, leaving it off to SK. A perfect cross pass from Will SK across the face of the defense. What's happening? The ball's going through the box. We talk about it so often over the last 3 seasons, Joey, every time we're on the call. What do we not see enough from the ambush?
And that's his family right there.
There we go.
Daduka, the MASL Rookie of the Year from 2020, who struggled with injuries over the last couple of years, gets his first goal of the season. Daduka, who's from Brazil, I bet you he loves Tucano's Brazilian Grill. And fans, you can take out your phones and scan the QR code that's coming up on the screen to participate in the Tucano's Family Cam. Morph yourself into a Brazilian animal, share it on socials, and tag STL Ambush for your chance to win tickets to an MASL game. Really happy for Hulk.
I believe chinchillas are Brazilian animals, aren't they?
That's a good reference there.
What about a capybara? I'd love to be a capybara. Where are capybaras from, Joey? Do you know this?
Capybara. Wow, why does that ring a bell?
Because they're adorable? I don't know.
Varela.
But anyhow, I was about to talk about one of the consistent problems with the ambush all 3 years we've been on the broadcast, Joey, has been a lack of the ball and boots going through the box. And you saw that with that Will SK pass. That was so huge. Getting him through that, getting the ball through the box that way, across the face of the goalkeeper, and opening things up. That's how you score goals in this league. You can't do it all just like driving down the middle. You got to go left to right, back and forth. And if you do that, you create that space.
Taiyu off the wall. Mo Ndiaye as we dip under 11 in a tie game. Taiyu against Hernandez. Keeping him on the edges. Ambush free kick.
And again, when you're keeping him on the edges, we already know it's not the ideal place for him. But here's the thing. If you're an ambush player and you see Frankie Taiyu being doubled on the edges, 2 things need to come to your mind. That's 2 defenders who aren't in the middle, and that's 2 defenders on 1 guy, which means there's somebody not being covered, and the middle is open. Cut, run, boots in the box. That's the only way you're going to consistently score in this league, and it's the only thing we need to see from the ambush, and I guarantee they will get goals.
Frank is in the box as this is through Hundelt. SK sets him back up.
Half the job done, Joey.
Powell, an easy takeaway. Gets it through Thomas. Yair Romero, the youngest Romero brother. Valadez off his feet. Hernandez, quarterbacks, long. O'Keefe, second-year sidekick. Pressure from behind by Hundelt, and Hundelt does enough. Keeps him from getting his shot away. SK.
Joey, we both have older brothers. Is there an event that you and your older brother could have competed together professionally at?
We were always pretty good badminton players.
Okay, I respect that. little Thanksgiving family game every year.
Tayud Araujo slides it just wide. Second chance by Rayleigh, a little wider. Cascades it loose. Moises Hernandez lofts it to the ambush bench. Stays on. Esai Romero could not secure. Araujo, who just missed, does. Well, badminton was always a passion of mine. How about you and your brother?
You ever heard of the board game called Settlers of Catan?
Sure have.
Me and my brother could have taken the world champions down in that game.
Really?
Oh my gosh, yes.
You're good at allocating resources, huh, Rocky?
Yes. If I have too many sheep and you have some wood, I'm getting that wood.
Love Grove. Hernandez. That's Moises slicing forward. Drop back to Quintana. Tayu, I don't think that really sent Quintana down, but Quintana does head down to the turf. Foul on Frank.
And also growing up near Hampton, I have just an affectation towards winning longest road.
Oscar Romero, the eldest of these sidekick brothers. First trio of brothers to play on the same team in professional indoor soccer at this level, this millennium.
I love that. It's something I love so much about
Special,
soccer.
isn't it? And we've got two pairs of brothers on our team.
Yes, we do. Obviously,
the SKs and the Tayus.
John A. not in the lineup today, so just the Tayus representing the brotherly love here in St. Louis. But it's one of my favorite parts about soccer, and really only hockey has it at the level.
A hand on the way out.
Yeah,
Who cares, though? Varela forward, King. Oh, what an effort to stop Frank Tayu.
He had Varela just doing exactly what we were talking about, Joey. He's crossing there. Frank's got to do the other part. If he gets doubled and somebody makes the run in the middle, Frank's got to be a willing passer.
That was the goal scorer, Baliet, who blocked this shot. Now a good feed out, made it to Varela. Lackland, jump man, gets to the edge of the box and stops it.
Bad luck there by the ambush. They changed out Tayu for Duduka. If Duduka's down there already, or if Tayu never comes out, he's probably right where he needs to be to get a good replay on that ball. Lucky break there for the sidekicks.
Lovegrove, stolen in the box by Niamsi. Varela has it ripped away by Powell. Duduka goes for the tank. Escalera, shot, head of Briggs. Another one from Escalera, chopped through the box. Powell bullied to it. Niamsi, easy pickup as it was going wide.
Joe, usually when we talk about a physical, chippy game, it usually has to do with some extracurriculars that are getting cards called. But, I mean, this is just a physical, clean game between the ambush and the sidekicks right now. Bodies are going in. The bravery level is extremely high. And we're seeing a lot of contact, but nothing, too out of bounds.
Official timeout. We're tied at 2s. 7:54 to go in the second at the Family Arena in St. Charles. Ambush, sidekicks. Complete the first half right after this on MASL TV.
Stolen away by De Silva to Almeida. Little flip! Oh, it's back on the line. No, it's not! What a performance from Robbie Christo, and what a nifty finish. 3 seconds left. Oh my God! I am the champion. Okay. I am the champion. Just get serious and lights, cameras, action. I'll dig it in whenever I play. I say I am the champion. I am the champion. I am the champion. If I do say so myself. Lights, cameras, action. Seriously. Whenever I play. I say I am the champion. I am the champion. I am the champion. I say I am the champion. I am the champion. I am the champion. Whenever I
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
Deuces Wild at the Family Arena. 2-2 midway through the second. Ambush sidekicks. First meeting of the season between these two teams, and get familiar with them. Sidekicks are coming back on January 5th. That'll be our Kick Cancer Night at the Family Arena. More information on the matchup and the night at stlambush.com. One of my favorite ever Christmas songs, Santa Baby, and Balladez on cue sends that down the chimney.
Like the Marilyn Monroe, like Happy Birthday way she sings it, doesn't like innately creep you out.
Takes a lot to creep me out.
You're telling me this doesn't Happy Birthday? Like, it's exactly what it is. It's the same affectation. It's weird as hell.
Matt Rocky in the Christmas spirit here for you.
This song creeps me out to no end. It should be played in like it's like a perfect song for when you're on a dark road in the middle of winter where there's no light like escaping the ground like it does in the winter sometimes, and it's kind of creepy. It'd be a good creepy Christmas song.
O'Keefe shut down Thomas and used a foul to do it. Then he gets hit with a delay of game. O'Keefe sets it up.
I don't like people telling me to hurry through claustrophobic spaces either. Just innately, it bothers me.
Don't worry, Rocky. I'll make it up to you later.
No, you're not. We're definitely going to get.
I'll pay for the tattoo we're getting together after the game. Hito.
What are we getting?
He's crammed in the corner. To jam it through to JT Thomas. I'll get a tattoo of Mo NDI if he scores right now. Left-footed Lackland will keep me inkless.
Come on, Mo.
Just for now.
Gosh, that would have been amazing.
That was a 5-second window to get it. And then Mo on the foul. A-Rod went down.
Not only the most talented, but easily the most risk-takingest broadcaster in the history of sports. At that moment, at any moment, just an impromptu tattoo promise could be laid out moments before the shot is
You're not going to hear that from
taken.
Nick Vazos and Eric Bergerud on the comment stream when they're on CBS Sports Golazo, 6 o'clock on the 28th.
We have one game on CBS Sports Golazo, Joey, this year. I say we
February
get
28th.
We get live tattoos.
That'd be
on the broadcast.
Quite a way to celebrate being on Golazo. This is a favorable whistle for the ambush, and some complaining by Baliat gives him a yellow card. That'll be the first of the game. Sidekicks have been conversant with this refereeing crew. It does look like Araujo's a little confused. He was starting to kind of back into the box, and they say not for this moment.
Yeah, they are very politely gesturing for a player in a green jersey to find their way to the box, and it will be the man who just got his first ever card in an MASL game.
Balliet into
David Balliet
into the box after kind of sort of pushing Araujo down in the scramble for the ball. We do stay 5-on-5.
Yep. No,
the Sidekicks banished for a 5. It'll take us to the 2-minute mark left in this second in a 2-2 game.
Just a regular yellow, of course. Need to see the Smurf pop up if we're going to go to power play at any
This
point.
is the Pikachu card.
Okay, I see what you're doing there.
Love Groove.
I was going to go
Couldn't
with the
find his Love Groove. Araujo.
I was thinking the Simpsons card.
SpongeBob card.
There you go.
Escade Araujo. Yair Romero maybe tripped him down. This time Araujo does not get the whistle. Moises Hernandez. Powell. Dangerous. Paulo, nice work, slides out, gets it with the sternum, deflects out to the Lindenwood side.
Paulo, that was a little risky. He went down to his knees. He was outside of the box, Joey. If that goes off his shoulder, or if he leaves an arm out there, I wonder how the call could have gone. Great keeping, but a little risky.
Moises Hernandez, who's had a decorated international career, feeding to the MASL champ Quintana. Oscar Romero. Back to Moises in the dead center of the field.
Joey, speaking of somebody with a long career, first time we've got a chance to talk to new Sidekicks head coach Terry Woodbury, who has been on the Sidekicks bench for the last 4 seasons before taking over as the head coach this year. Obviously, the Sidekicks watch their old head coach take a little trip across the state.
Eddie Puskarich, a.k.a. Eddie P., now with the Texas Outlaws.
And so Terry Woodbury took over, and Woodbury a very long career inside of indoor soccer, including winning a championship way back in 2001 with the Dallas Sidekicks in a, albeit different league at the time. And Joey, we were talking to Terry beforehand, and I couldn't help but ask him, because when you look up Terry, you see that in his youth, he trained with Chelsea.
Oscar Romero paddled down by Paulo. A-Rod on the doorstep. Paulo goes down to the turf to block that. Oscar recycling back through Quintana.
So he played with Chelsea, Joey, and obviously he's a London native, so a big moment for him. But I had to ask him, I'm like, so what is your Premier League team? And I will say to all you Missouri fans, clog your ears for this moment, but he did admit that it's Arsenal that is actually his Premier League team, and he actually gave us the exact moment why he became an Arsenal fan, despite eventually in his youth training with Chelsea.
Almeida, hard hit on Oscar Romero. Came from the FA Cup in the early 70s, didn't
And
it?
how about this, Joey? You can actually go back and watch the goal that turned Terry Woodbury into an Arsenal fan, the young man in London. The 1971 FA Cup game between Arsenal and Liverpool. It goes to extra time 0-0, as I switch over to my European terminology. It goes to extra time
Briggs
0-0.
Using some other terminology as he protests a foul in the bow and arrow against A-Rod. They're going to set up really well for the side kicks.
So it goes 0-0 after 90. Then we would see 3 goals get scored in the extra period, including 2 by Arsenal to win the 1971 FA Cup. And Terry Woodbury was very kind of us to actually do his own version of the game-winning goals.
Yeah.
Charlie George, who fell down to his knees and then onto his back with his very long mane of hair as he celebrated his 111th goal.
Englishman and Crawley native Lovegrove calling it a timeout. And that was a great impression that Woodbury did.
He right there when we were interviewing him, he literally dropped to his knees and then fell to his back, and he made sure to point out Charlie had that long hair. And the crazy thing is, Joey, all you got to do, just Google Charlie George, and you don't even have to put in 1971 or FA Cup final. It will be the very first thing that pops up when you Google it, and you can actually watch the exact goal that made Terry Woodbury an Arsenal fan, a young man from London, into an Arsenal fan for the rest of his life. And you can watch Charlie George put in an absolute beauty from about 30 yards out. It's a gorgeous goal, and when you look at it again, everything around it. 3 goals in extra time after a 0-0 FA Cup final. That's absolutely insane. And I can't blame him. I can't blame him a little bit for being Arsenal. Obviously, all the factors that we don't like Arsenal are not involved back in 1971, but nonetheless, just an incredible story. And obviously, this league is better off having people with the soccer history of a Terry Woodbury.
And now Terry trying to draw something up for his squad. Woodbury assisted by Kevin Leonard, Bosco Katic, and Daniel Granados this year for the sidekicks.
I got to throw out one more thing. The crazy thing about that game, Joey, the attendance for that game, 100,000 people.
My word.
And obviously you're not surprised there. It's in the old Wembley, which was, I believe, even more palatial and more outrageous than the new one. And so not surprising that there were 100 grand in there, but nonetheless, just what an incredible game that would have been.
Terry Woodbury, one of the 100,000 who were inspired by that. Says it's great to be back as the head coach with the sidekicks, says he has fans coming up and asking him to sign his old trading cards.
Yeah, how about that? He said he's recognizing some of the refs even from when he was in the game. Special.
Lovegrove against 4 on the wall for the ambush. Oh, Polo! Bobsled ride! Chest is best!
And he comes up with a little bit of a fist pump, double fist pump for Polo. He's feeling himself right now. Couple big saves for him, sliding out, making himself big.
Lovegrove inserts it back into the slot machine. Easy enough for Paulo to pull the lever. Powell still lurking. Paulo, though, big diagonal. Off the wall, splashes to Frank. Nestor right behind him. 4 to go in the second, still tied 2-2. Back to Hundelt, crossfield. Hundelt off the wall. Lusty ball through. Nobody there to claim it for the ambush. O'Keefe takes it off a foot. O'Keefe, Paul, wide. Paulo sliding after it, deflected the ball. It's chased away. Powell tried to sell it for a foul. Nothing doing there.
Well, Joey, I was going to talk about the bad luck from the ambush on the other end, but listen, this is how luck works because they got it back on the other end. Powell's ball taking the bounce it did. Very lucky, and of course that was after the ambush. Missed a gorgeous chance for a rebound, and we got an injured Paolo right here.
The plan was to have him substitute out at half for Pollo Cortez. And Paulo 3:28 away from that. And maybe just needing a minute. Doesn't look serious. Paulo, who celebrates his 40th birthday in June. Looks like he will remain in for the remainder of this first half. Fans, mark your calendars for our annual New Year's Eve Kids Bash, complete with light ups, party hats, and noisemakers, and a countdown with 3,000 plus balloons to be dropped on the field immediately following the game. The ambush will be taking on the Kansas City Comets in the WANA I-70 Series battle, where the Comets, unfortunately, currently lead 2-0, but 2 games coming up on December 28th and 31st. That New Year's Eve game is right here at the Family Arena. Get your tickets, stlambush.com and ticketmaster.com. And Paulo, no worse for the wear.
Joey, our good friend Alberto Rodriguez has joined the field for the sidekicks.
Barella sliding back to thwart it. Quintana, now Lackland gets fingertips to it. Quintana chases it loose.
I just want to take this moment to suggest that we call him Alrod instead of A-Rod.
Torcado to Alrod, and Mo Ndiaye corkscrews it away. Alrod and R-Rod, Rafa. He is also on this team, Rafa Rodriguez. Hulk backing down against Quintana. Goal scorer in the second quarter ends up drawing a foul. Ambush restart midfield. 2:40 left in the second. Alex Bostavansky is going to catch you up on the latest in the MASL. At halftime, we'll have stats, highlights, scores from around the league before we get restarted in the third. Jareem Rayleigh.
While we're on a nickname kid, we're just going to call him Bosco.
Skimboard to Duca. Through ball, and it almost got flushed in. Moises Hernandez on the floor. It's picked up by Lackland to the chagrin of the Ambush. Referees say keep going. Yair Romero immediately has it swiped by Hundelt. Quito.
Joey, that was another play where if you freeze the frame, there were multiple people on the ground, but there were no whistles being blown. They keep letting them play here no matter how physical this game's getting. Again, so far it hasn't crossed any line. I think it's a good physical game to not call, but it has been there the entire game.
Tight game as well. Each team looking for its first win. Almeida serving to Duca. Duca was being held, got the pass back to Almeida. Unfortunately, just behind him. Niamsi. Lucas through the middle. Niamsi almost caught up to it. Almeida has done a great job to set up teammates this year. Almeida with 3 assists through the first 3 games, 1 at a fourth. Quito, Candy Machine. Love Grove all over him. Rayleigh. Frenchy and Briggs will glockenspiel in the back. Chile, quiet tonight after that 3-goal performance against the Wave. Snakes it to Tayu against Nestor Hernandez, bangs it right into his green socks. Got into the first row, fan touched it there, restart Ambush.
I'm on terminology patrol, so if a little back pass as you set up your offense is glockenspieling it, what exactly is xylophoning it?
Well, glockenspiel is where they pass from a slightly tighter space. They're closer together because it's smaller than a xylophone. That's when it's across the entire field.
So you say the ambush is...
Tayu! Lackland got a piece of the hand.
So
Hernandez off the window pane.
We'd say the ambush's goal on offense is to get the ball quickly from the back to the front, much like a xylophone.
Niapsi! Bar exam! SK refeeds. Hernandez heroically slides in front. Ambush playing a lot of musical instruments right now. Bodies pile up at the gold line. Almeida, I guess, sent Yair Romero down. Sidekicks, chance to clear.
This is where the chat use come in handy, Joey.
33 seconds.
There's a third kind, and I'm forgetting the name of it. And we got to figure out what that is.
Lackland hoisting over Hundelt. Lovegrove wants a piece. Paulo grabs it, gets tripped. That was probably a foul. Doesn't get called. 20 seconds. Mo, he will get a whistle, and there is a challenge flag down. There's a red hanky in front of the Sidekicks bench. And there's Mo Ndiaye down on his back just outside the center circle. 18.8 seconds to go in a 2-2 first half.
Paul's got a really good argument to be angry about this one. You might call this incidental, but I really think that
Alrod got him.
Yeah, Alrod's, in that formation when the goalie's got the ball like that, you really need to have your body under control. And if you let yourself get a little bit out of control and you let a limb fly and you catch a goalkeeper like that, my way to go with it is I'm on the goalkeeper side on that one. You got to give him all the space in the world in that situation. And if you get too close and you cause a trip up like that, I say call it on the offensive player, in my opinion, Joey.
Terry Woodbury last weekend won a challenge against Kansas City and got that coveted Second challenge in regulation.
Here's why. He trips him.
And did he fall out of the box?
They're looking for a potential.
And was it a handball on Paulo? Now, that's a hard thing to justify, but if you're not going to call the foul, then technically he might be outside of the box for a handball and a free crack at it.
The kick that sends him out of the box falling is the result of a high kick from Alrod that does not find the ball. If at any point in the game in open play, you go to kick the ball and instead you kick an opposing player and trip them, in what other scenario in the open play, Joey, is that not a foul against the player who missed the ball and kicked an opposing player? That is always a foul against the opposing offensive player. I'm not sure how this situation, when a player clearly is following through on a missed kick, catches a goalkeeper who has complete control of the ball. And mind you, this is a kick by Alrod that starts after Paulo catches it. In my opinion, you cannot only look at this for a handball, but here's the thing, though. It was the Dallas bench that threw the flag.
Woodbury on the challenge.
It's challengeable. Problem is, I don't think the question is, do you want to use a challenge on a foul that wasn't called on the field?
Well, he won it in his first game as a head coach with the sidekick, so we know he's confident. The senior referee is Brian Miller. Referee is Kyle Atkins. Assistant ref is Jacob Post, and the fourth official is Jeff Petrillo. They're still over at the VCR.
You know what? Impressive job by Powell. I thought the ball came out of his hands.
Did he
because
get rid
of
it?
The trip? But I think he understood what was happening.
He's inside there when he goes to the ground. It's still basically resting on the line. I don't think you can overturn this. Call on the field is no handball. There was no whistle on the field.
I think it's an impressive job by Paulo to realize the presence of mind that's the line right there. I got to get this ball out of my hands. I thought he lost control of the ball as he fell. But I think now when you slow this down, great angle from our video crew, by the way. When you slow this down, I really think you can see Paulo actively getting rid of the ball as he's coming down on the line. Smart challenge by Dallas. You got to give him credit here, Terry. Good game.
Here's the call, and it's handball. They will retain the challenge, so they'll have another in regulation.
I don't know how you make that call when you didn't call a whistle on the contact on the goalkeeper. That is an egregious call to overturn.
Paulo with his hands on his hips, watching on the big video board, exasperated.
Yeah, Donnie Alberti ain't gonna get away with this easy though. And I'm with Alberti here, and I think part of it, I think he was essentially just told they challenged the play, you didn't, and we can only look at the play that being challenged.
There is a silver lining. One, it's a restart outside the box, and two, it does stay 5-on-5. So all hope certainly not lost. In this final 18 seconds of the first half. Lovegrove in a familiar position. He was just basically right on the same spot.
Can't get over that trip, Joey.
3 on the wall. Paulo hugging the post with Nestor Hernandez right next to him. Mo right in the middle with Chile and Julio Varela. Paulo joining them now at the edge of the wall. Jamie Lovegrove hesitates, feeds, doesn't get through the mosh pit. Oscar Romero shot blocked. Now the King. 10 seconds. Frank pulls it back. Ambush squeegeeing water off the time dolphin. Varela will head it to Mo inside of 5 seconds. The time dolphin does squeal, and we go to the second half tied 2-2. Paulo and co stand tall after the controversial handball ruling to keep this a level match as the teams go to the orange slices and the locker rooms. Joey Santaboni, Matt Rocchio with our entire crew here. We'll have highlights, stats, scores from around the league, and plenty more during our halftime intermission on MASL TV.
Clint Black in concert. Clint Black, an incredible night featuring some of his greatest hits. Saturday, April 12th, 7 p.m., the Family Arena. Clint Black in concert. Special guests Ruby Lee and Emily Ann Roberts. On sale now at the Carroll House Furniture box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. Don't miss Clint Black.
It's different, but B1 Bank knows that every business owner has similar needs. From streamlining accounts receivables to maintaining access to working capital, a trusted bank is your best asset for staying on top of day-to-day finances and planning for future business growth. At B1 Bank, I know I have access to commercial banking experts who care about the needs of my business and can guide me to accomplish my goals. B1 Bank knows that managing your business isn't simple, but they can help you make it uncomplicated.
Mealtimes are having a moment. A flavorful moment. A moment that's full of golden fried happiness and totally crave-worthy. One that has citrus grilled deliciousness, puts a twist on the classics, and packed with so much flavor that there's something for everyone. A moment you can only discover with the one-of-a-kind chicken and sides of Pollo Campero, crafted to taste like home.
Shoot! He scores!
Welcome back, everybody. This is MASL in 5. I'm Alex Bastivansky. It is great to see you again. I'm going to break down everything that's gone down in the league for you over the past week, and I just need 5 minutes to do it. Let's go.
Gutierrez, bouncing ball, can't control it, finds Morales, he scores! His third goal of the year and the first ever at Front Wave Arena.
Luis Morales helps Chris in San Diego's new arena with its first ever goal, but they were in a dogfight with Utica City last weekend. Back and forth they went. This game actually went into OT. Utica thought they won it right there off that goal, but hold on for a second. The officials decide to review the play. They say there was a foul coming up right here on Pee Wee Ortega in the lead up to the goal, so they disallow it. Utica, understandably livid at the call, and just seconds later, their mood got even worse.
Felipe charging in to try and win this loose ball. He does. Costa feeding in Juan Salazar. Down low, it's Morales for the win. He scores!
Morales gives San Diego the win, but if you're Utica City, that one definitely stings. Tacoma hosted Chihuahua. This was another crazy one. Two powerhouse teams going at it. Nick Pereira scoring an absolute beauty right there, but you can never count the defending champs out. They come back in this one. It goes to a shootout, and the Savage managed to prevail by a 4-3 final score. The teams have a rematch on January 31st back in Chihuahua. The Sparks will be flying in that one. Utica City and Empire last Friday. Kelvin Oliveira is absolutely on fire to start the season. He notched a hat trick. Utica wins. Milwaukee and St. Louis locked horns in a sensational contest. The ambush stayed close the whole way with the powerful Wave, but ultimately the visitors win 7-6. Finally, KC hosted the Dallas Sidekicks. Ramon Palmer with one of the goals of the week right there. The Comets have no trouble handling the Sidekicks as they trounce them 9-2. So who's hot right now? Christian Enreos had a scintillating performance against Dallas as he torched the visitors for 4 goals on the day, leading KC to that big victory. Alex Sanchez of Milwaukee sits near the top of the league scoring race through the first 2 games of his campaign, and he picked up 2 goals and 2 assists for 4 points in the win over the Ambush. And big things were expected from Luis Morales this season when he was brought in from Texas, and he has not disappointed. He already had 2 goals before the Utica game and added a hat trick in the Sockers win, including, of course, the OT winner. Okay, one big matchup coming up this weekend is the rematch between the Sockers and the Stars. Tacoma knocked off San Diego in their season opener 2 weeks ago. The Stars are looking like they'll be a powerhouse this season. The Sockers will be out for revenge after that loss in Tacoma. Okay, your scoring leaders, Marquez leading their way, followed by Oliveira, Reggett, and Acosta, all tied with 7 points apiece. and new San Diego Soccer Luis Morales rounding out your top 5 with 6 points so far. Your players of the week are Philip Ejimadu from KC in goal, his teammate Chad Vandegrift for defenders, and Kelvin Oliveira on offense. Let's start things off with Chad Vandegrift. 1 goal and 6, count them, 6 big blocks in that KC win over Dallas. Offensively, it was Oliveira. He's an MASL rookie, but looks like a veteran out there. 6 goals in 2 games for Utica last weekend. And your goalie of the week, Ejimadu. Fantastic performance against Dallas as he picked up 13 saves to beat the boys in green. Plays of the week now.
And Mansouri tried the bike. Fabian chips it. Fabian with the chip.
To the D-line of these faithful. Frank squeezes it in. Oh, Will Escape!
Sounds. DeAndrade, Dantas down low, goal! Beautifully done, Cordy Gerson.
Multi-box, Pereira turning, little pirouette. His shot, back post, Pereira retakes the lead just 15 seconds later.
Lewis.
Headed on over to Junior Kazim. Kazim shoots! And
Felipe charging in to try and win this loose ball. He does. Costa feeding in Juan Salazar. Down low, it's Morales for the win! He scores!
Their first home victory.
And that is a wrap for this week's show. But just remember, all throughout the MASL season, to stay up to date on everything that's going on with the league, be sure to check out the MASL's official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Get ready for fast-paced, non-stop action with your St. Louis Ambush. Feel the thrill of indoor soccer with every goal, save, and play. Fun for the whole family. Bring the kids for an unforgettable experience. Catch all the action at the Family Arena. Get your tickets now at stlambush.com. The St. Louis Ambush. Don't miss a minute of the action.
Take control. Make a healthy change. Maintain a healthy weight. Exercise regularly. Don't smoke or use smokeless tobacco. Eat a healthy diet. Limit alcohol. Protect yourself from the sun and avoid tanning beds. Protect against sexually transmitted infections. Get screening tests. For more 8 Ways tips, visit siteman.woostel.edu/take control.
St. Louis Ambush Soccer. Ambush sidekicks. 2-2, 28 shots on goal between the two teams. Ambush have 12 of them. 7 blocks for the Ambush defense. 7 saves for Parker Lackland, the keeper for the sidekicks. 5 of them for Paulo, who's expected to be replaced by Poyo in the second half. Only 1 penalty in the game. That was by Baliet, the same guy who scored the goal for the sidekicks. Frank Tayu is on the board for the St. Louis Ambush. Matt, your take on the first half.
You know, I'm just going to go back to what I said after the first, Joanna. We had some bigger mistakes, and we had some really good things there in the second quarter, but I'm going to go back to what I said after the first quarter, which is the Ambush are simply playing in the gray right now. It's not bad, but the execution just isn't there. Again, we saw some big mistakes. We also saw some pretty impressive plays. That give and go late from Almeida and Niamsi almost got him another goal. That kind of movement is something we haven't seen from them very often, so they need to see more of that.
A little movement here from Frank Tayu. They're throwing bodies at him per usual, but Tayu per usual. The scoring, that's his 441st in MASL history. Only 440 behind him is Baliat. He gets his first in professional indoor soccer. Dylan Hundelt held him out of the back of the net briefly, but Valadez had other ideas for the kicks. Ambush getting the first goal of the season from Duduka. Hulk scores to make it 2-2. Relatively low-scoring game, but if we can get Hulk going, this could really balloon quickly for the Ambush. Need him on that second unit to score. Rafa Araujo trying to do his part. Sent one just wide. Paulo psyched after sliding out and blocking a restart from Lovegrove. Paulo was whistled for a controversial handball after being tripped by Albert Rodriguez late in the first half. That set the sidekicks up once again with about 18 seconds left on a free kick. The Ambush withstood that as well. Tied 2-2 at the Family Arena. We're back with the second half in 2 minutes on MASL TV.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASL iFootball, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASL iFootball to sign up, get started, and play. The wait is over. The 2025 MASL season is here. Bigger and better than ever. Get ready for high-speed action, jaw-dropping goals, and fierce competition as your favorite teams battle it out on the field. With intense rivalries, unforgettable moments, and new stars rising, the MASL delivers excitement every week. Get your tickets now and be part of the excitement, because this season, the action is non-stop.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on X. Subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more.
Good look at the Stan Musial Veterans Memorial Bridge. Stan, so well known for baseball. Of course, he was also heavily involved with the St. Louis Steamers in the 1980s and helped to propel indoor soccer forward in this great soccer city. Ambush and the sidekicks about to start the second half. Awkward dad dance cam time at the Family Arena. I've got at least half of that down, Matt. I'm not a dad, but I'm really awkward.
We got a lot of dads there on the bench. They were showing the coaching staff for the Ambush deep in conversation there as they prepare for this second half, Joey. No dancing among those dads, just some coaching.
Jamie Swanner and Donnie Alberti as well as Corey Adamson, who's the coach of the M2 team. Jeff
Tell you
Walker
what,
on the bench.
He had them playing great yet last week, didn't he?
Really good stuff against Muskegon. Ran away with a 9-3 W to open up the M2 home schedule. We're going to have them back after the game on January 5th. It's Ambush and Sidekicks again on the MASL side with the M2 team to follow right after. Full schedule, both teams, stlambush.com. Paulo imparting wisdom with Tristan Austin as they make their way back to the bench. Gives Jamie a nice pat on the shoulder.
And, of course, we did talk about that switch. It happened last game for the first time, and Coach Locker's reasoning for it is he wants to keep both goalies spry. He wants to keep them both healthy. And the big thing is Pollo cannot always train with them at the level during the week that they want him to. And so getting him game time allows him to not only stay healthy for only playing one half, but it allows him to stay locked into his game and always an available option. And the big thing is he can also carry the ball and control the ball the way that Paolo is, so you don't have to change how the Ambush play in any way, shape, or form when you switch the goalkeepers, and that's why I think Locker's really locking into this decision to play both of them.
FC Dallas alum Pollo Cortez, after a Sidekicks foul, gets a chance to guide it forward. Oh, nicely done to Duke off the wall. Mo had some inspiration in the middle. Isai Romero ejects it with Powell, and Powell around Almeida. Duduka keeps him contained. Mo, Chile, Hulk, Almeida plus Hundelt to start in front of Pollo. Paulo, 5 saves, gave up 2 goals, had a couple of huge moments at the end of the first half to keep us level. Lackland with that camouflage jersey still in net for Dallas. Austin went for a take. Hernandez off the wall. Down goes Lovegrove, courtesy of SK. Sidekick set up with what's virtually a corner kick. Jamie, who's north of 100 games in his MASL career, played collegiately at Midwestern State in Texas. Going up against Austin.
There's a Midwestern State in Texas?
It's a Midwestern State.
No, it's not.
Romero, that's Yair Romero.
No, it's not.
Gets stopped at the source. It's kind of a Midwestern state, right?
No, in no way, shape, or form. Like, it's a big enough state that it has like a Midwestern region inside itself, so.
Lackland, a Texas native, serving Lovegrove again. Austin and a Hundelt swarm, and Lovegrove draws another foul in the corner. Hundelt whistled for it.
It's kind of like when we used to have when the Inland Empire went by Ontario and confused everyone who wasn't.
The old Ontario Fury.
Who wasn't dipped into the culture of the league, who always was a little bit confused.
Now the Empire Strikers in action tonight. They are taking on the Texas Outlaws. That's Eddie P's new team.
Or my least favorite thing that we do here in the Midwest, which is take cities that are European names and pronounce them differently.
You're talking about London.
I'm talking about Cairo, Missouri,
Versailles,
Illinois, Marseilles, Illinois.
Sort of squeaked it through. Now it's Almeida. Hernandez disrupts.
Well,
Yair again.
The university playing a football game tonight.
Powell, fronted by Hundelt, drags it back. 2 books and wide. Hernandez, that's wide. Paul.
Oh!
Oh my word, Pollo! But it's headed in right after by Powell. Oh, Pollo with one of the saves of the year. Unfortunately, it gets erased as Powell uses the noggin just past 90 seconds into the third to make it 3-2.
Crazy thing about this play, Joey, is that after all these attempts, there's still only 2 ambush players who are down near the goal line trying to defend. Dylan Hundelt gets in there as the third one late, Dylan Hundelt and Tristan Austin. But, I mean, you're getting that many chances. Your goalkeeper has given up his body to try to save this goal, and no one's running back to play defense, Joey.
Well, Powell ultimately gets Dallas the lead. They're second in the game. It's been back and forth.
How about the intensity of the attack from Dallas to never give Pollo in the ambush any kind of room to breathe in that possession? That was impressive.
First goal of the season for Powell. He's in his 6th year with the Sidekicks, his 7th overall in the MASL. Battle is uphill again for an ambush team that added Rayleigh just over a week ago. He's in the back with the ball. Araujo. Jareem Rayleigh. Tayu wants to wiggle by Quintana. Lackland gets mitts to the shot.
Araujo just
one step too far forward, or he would have been in a perfect spot for that rebound. Ambush haven't got a lot of luck this game and still not breaking their way. They got to create some of their own luck at some point.
Poyo again. Incursion into Sidekicks territory. Finds Tayu. Wanted Thomas in the middle. Not enough mustard on the pass.
Yeah, just died on him there. Great run there by JT, though.
Sends it out of bounds. Ambush. Don't stop believing, folks. This is still a very winnable game. And at least on paper, the Ambush have a superior offense to the Sidekicks. Just have to find a way to catalyze it. Lackland's done pretty well in goal. 7 saves coming into the half. And 1 moments ago against Frank. Held up, has it stolen by Alrod. Quintana's pass, sniffed out well by Frenchie. James Thomas, fronted by Nestor. Tayu back up top. Fakes a shot, gets through Alrod. Shot this time ends up hoisted out of bounds over the glass into the net. Chance again for Tayu, at least in the area that maybe he wanted it. Likes it front and center. Lackland goalkeeper distribution.
Joey, I thought that was a good example. You see Dallas just packing the paint with 5 players. Ambush really only had 3
nice
attackers.
Work by Varela. Toe poke, Austin! Went for the pump fake and tried to feed into the corner for Almeida. Now Austin helicoptering, whirling, and bounces it wide. Long for Renato Turcado. Turcado against Hundell. Slides it cross field. Caught up to by Oscar Romero and dumped back with Hernandez.
This is a 1-goal game later on. That's going to be a hard one to go look back on and just, I mean, these fast break opportunities, the chances where they've had a man across the face of the goalkeeper and they haven't made the pass, it happens at least once a game for the Ambush, and it just can't. You're wasting your best goal-scoring opportunities and getting nothing from them.
We saw in Tristan Austin against Muskegon put together a multi-goal effort, and right there it seemed like he had a clear look, maybe trying to be too generous. Keto darting past Alrod. Saran wraps it to the goalie Lackland. Distribution on the roll, Lovegrove. Got by Mo, but got by on the floor.
Joey, I want to take this time to give a couple of shout-outs to the crowd because, first of all, I see our man Nate the Great, former PA announcer, is in the building tonight. He was just down.
I think they want to check this as the Ambush restart. Great to see Nate out here.
Yeah, he was down saying hi to DJ Prue and Brian Wagner. Also want to give a shout out to Josh from Nashville, who is in the building tonight. He listens to all the Ambush games back at his home in Nashville, but back in St. Louis seeing family for the holidays, and he decided to come here to the Family Arena to catch the Ambush in person.
And
so
here,
big thank you to Josh from Nashville.
Little Miley Cyrus.
Prue was looking at me. He's trying
hey,
to
welcome to the land of Fame XM. Also crazy. He's filming us right.
Vexes me gamely.
This is going to the top of the. In our song, Tayu gives you a friend.
A huge goal for not just the Ambush, but for James. Ever seemed as comfortable. For the Ambush, all touch the ball. Mo NDI.
Correct. This is for the broadcast pre-recorded interview.
Avenue for him to put that ball in the net, and he.
Gets on the scoreboard for the autograph ball to the lucky fans. Great to see Thomas get going in the scoring department. We need him. And good to see Frank Tayu get his 4th assist of the season as well. Thomas's goal comes about 5 minutes into the 3rd. First in 4 games for Thomas. SK, who's got 4 goals, now in his 4th game. Down he goes after feeding off to Rayleigh. Things picking up in intensity. Niamsi. Almeida feeding right to Quintana. Hernandez in the back. Romero. Lackland wants an avenue out. Quintana sequences on to the goal scorer Powell. Fronted by Rayleigh. Powell right at Pollo. Lovegrove was in the corner, and he looks a little frustrated that he did not get the ball. Almeida across the equator. Tayu running for him. Springs a pass off the cardboard. Frank, turnage. Bangs it into Quintana. Floats up toward the glass. Tayu and Powell tangling up. Quintana in on the action. Tayu tries to move him. Almeida takes the loose ball. Lucas back to Varela. Ambush lead! Lucas Almeida and Julio Varela burying things like financial malfeasance at a corrupt fertilizer dealership. 4-3 Ambush offense finding its groove.
Finally, the easy pass is made. And of course, who else is going to get made by but last year's leader in assists? This year, one of the best assisters on the team still. It's the legend, Lucas Almeida. A perfect pass. And Varela has been big for the Ambush this year. Another one of the additions who has been scoring early and often, and that's a huge one for him. He's had great position today, but man, the ball has just not bounced for Varela at all. Finally gets one going there and gets a huge goal for the Ambush to take the lead.
And Terry Woodbury is trying to change the fortunes for his team after surrendering a couple of goals. Woodbury takes a sidekicks timeout with 8:43 left in the 3rd quarter. Fans, do you have a group of 10 or more who want to attend an Ambush game at a discounted rate? We're here to help. Send an email to info@stlambush.com. Ambush huddling up around locker after looking better on the offensive side. Briefly falling behind 3-2. This was a 2-2 game at half. Powell, a header, able to bury one. Then Thomas and Varela get on the board to make it 4-3. Julio Varela, he's been solid for the Ambush. He's a former sidekick. And now Varela up to 3 goals in a St. Louis jersey. That's the 4th assist of the season for Almeida, who does stay step in step with Frank Tayu for the team lead in Apples. Almeida, he calls himself jokingly El Abuelo, the grandfather of this team, and that is his 2nd assist of the game. So he is now at 5 and actually outright leading this team in assists. He and Tayu combining for 9 so far on the season. And Jamie Lovegrove into the center circle.
How's everybody doing up in the club up there, the Rap Networking event? Make some noise up there in the club. How you guys doing?
The sidekicks restart. 4-3 game, under 9 to go in this 3rd period. Briggs hatchets it out. Varela knocks it down. Araujo transports it into the corner. Austin against Hernandez. Give back Varela, softly done. And Lackland scrambles back to get in front. Austin keeps the pressure up. Varela comes sliding through. Moises takes a tumble. International star with Guatemala. Moises Hernandez was born in Dallas but represents Guatemala internationally, was on the Gold Cup team in 2015. And like Pollo Cortez, he's an FC Dallas alum. Draws a foul on the Ambush. Restarts it with Lackland.
A lot of Gold Cup experience on his Dallas roster. They got some Panamanians who were on the Gold Cup team, so I mean, they're all over the place. A lot of international flavor in this Dallas lineup.
Blas Perez, not active tonight, 43-year-old. He's a Gold Cup alum with Panama. Oh, no. Pinball in front of the ambush goal, and it does get deposited in the back. Lovegrove started it, put some in the slot machine, and with 7:50 left in the third, it's 4-4.
I think you could tack that one up as a Dylan Hundelt own goal. Just a bad stroke of luck there as he's trying to get in there, play some hard defense, but nothing you can do there when you get a bad ricochet inside the box.
We're tied again, headed to the official timeout in the third. You're watching the ambush and the sidekicks on MASL TV.
Every business is different, but B1 Bank knows that every business owner has similar needs. A trusted bank is your best asset for staying on top of day-to-day finances and planning for future business growth. Learn more at b1bank.com/business.
Mealtimes are having a moment, a flavorful moment. A moment you can only discover with the one-of-a-kind chicken and sides of Pollo Campero, crafted to taste like home.
Get ready for fast-paced, non-stop action with your St. Louis Ambush. Feel the thrill of indoor soccer with every goal, save, and play. Fun for the whole family. Bring the kids for an unforgettable experience. Catch all the action at the Family Arena. Get your tickets now at stlambush.com. The St. Louis Ambush. Don't miss a minute of the action.
Is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. The MASL All-Star Game is headed to Utica, New York on February 12, 2025. Follow the MASL on social media for updates on tickets, rosters, and more.
Back and forth we go. Lovegrove centered toward Alrod. Hundelt tried to disrupt. Ball ends up in the goal to make it 4-4. Both teams have scored twice in the third. Ambush restarting with Duduka in the center circle. He's got a goal tonight, and I think plenty more are coming. A flurry of offensive activity as things pick up in the third quarter. Pollo Cortez forward to Hulk. Chests it creatively, ends up in the waiting midst, though, of Lackland. Downfield, intercepted by Niamsi against Baliet, who's got a goal and a yellow card in this game. Sidekicks keep it penned. Niamsi wants a foul as he tries desperately to get it out. And now that foul call will come. Ambush benefit on the sideboard. Looks like the official goal has been given to Jamie Lovegrove on the latest. Lovegrove, his second of the season, unassisted. Chile, back to James. Niamsi now, off the side. Frenchie, Thomas, splashing glass style. Quintana lets it run, and it gets up to the fans. We're going to be back here at the Family Arena on December 31st. New Year's Eve action. Make sure you get your tickets for the New Year's Eve Kids Bash. STLambush.com, 2 o'clock start against the Comets. Missile downfield by the foot of Lackland. And Powell against Mo. Hits a teammate, Baliant, at the top of the box. Moises Hernandez over to Quintana.
Yeah, Powell wasn't too happy that he was there either. He kind of motioned for Romero to clear out and move things around.
Yair Romero. Too high. Quintana on the settle. Pollo goes down to the floor to repel it. Thomas evacuates it. Chile gives chase. Lackland calmly targeting the captain Valadez. Our captain Willie going after him center line. Moises. Alrod in the corner. Mo fronts him. Hernandez. Shifting field. Oscar Romero to Valadez. Clever leave. Oscar! Dangerously through the box. Lovegrove trying to clean up. Hundell gets a piece on a block. And cascades up. Almeida sent to the floor by Albert Rodriguez. Ambush clear. Hundell keeps it close. He, Mo, and Almeida in the back. Varela just across the center line. Tayu lurking downfield. Hernandez keeps him in his sights. Gets his hands on him. See that so much against the King. Outside the gold line. Niamsi with 5:25 left in this third. Give forward Poyo. Past O'Keefe. Tayu feeds it in reverse up the board. Rayleigh comes to get it. Pushed into the mailbox for Tayu. Wins it against Hernandez. Hernandez sandwiching him. Nestor yanks it away. Inched back. Lackland falls on it. Hernandez, he's known to play with a Superman t-shirt under the jersey. Rips it off if he scores. Wants a look here. Nestor Hernandez! Stopped by the boot of Niamsi as Poyo dove. Picked up by Escalera. Oscar Romero, Baliat from about the place he scored in the first. Off of Niamsi. Oscar Romero shot tipped. Now a hard shot by Quintano. It's Baliat and Romero stopped on a diving play by Cortez. Big time stuff from Poyo. He's had a couple beautiful saves.
Just an insane run of saves. I mean, one after another. They're ping-ponging. I mean, we use pinball and that kind of analogy in this game a lot, Joey, but the goals and saves down near Poyo for this entire quarter have been the definition of that analogy. I mean, just the ball literally being pinballed around. You have no idea where it's going to go half the time.
Probably too much time in our arcade.
I would say so.
Bring it to the other side. Niamsi has it stolen on the game room floor by Torricato.
Look at the way they just funneled Niamsi into a bad spot and took the ball away from him and turned it over. That was perfect defense from the sidekicks.
Powell back to Quintana. Valadez stepping off the bench. Valadez doesn't have much available. Quito anticipates the pass. King, Tayu stepping over. Right foot, that's deflected on the way in, deflected wide. The side kicks on the counter. Powell doesn't get far. Briggs on the take. Poyo and Hundelt on the ball. Dillon. Kangaroos downfield. Tayu swiped down from behind maybe by Moises Hernandez and then got tangled with him. It's Tayu's whistled for the foul. Free kick, side kicks, 4-4 affair, 3:07 left in this third quarter. Fans, if you're looking for a great holiday gift, consider giving an Ambush family pack this season. For $125, you get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, and a large popcorn. Family nights February 1st and March 7th. Purchase the family pack at stlambush.com/family pack. Ugly sweater night and Santa in the house for this December 20th matchup between the Ambush and the Sidekicks. The Sidekicks going to be set up well. Corner coming, Lovegrove at the controls. Jamie slithers through right to Niamsi, wouldn't let it through to Quintana. Picked up off the board by Hernandez. Refurbishes things. Quintana, Oscar Romero. Lackland once in on the action from his own half. Pieces forward Lovegrove. Niamsi, nice take, might have hit off Lovegrove's hand. And passed just behind Tristan Austin. Can't get the timing right. Picked up by Quintana. Hernandez. Lovegrove up the board. Thomas fronting Alrod. Give through Hernandez. Lovegrove pinches it into the middle. It's pinched by the gloves of Pollo. Heave downfield, wanted Mo. Escalera goes back and forth with Lackland. Rainbows it over the top. Escalera, plenty of space to operate. $1.56 left in the change jar. Rayleigh off the bench, hot pursuit. SK comes up with a take in front of Baliet, and Baliet just bullies him to the floor. Free kick ambush from our own half. 4-4, it's been an exciting game.
It has, but this third quarter, the Sidekicks offense has really hit a completely different gear. They came out of the locker room from halftime just absolutely looking to pin the ball in the area of the ambush, and they've done exactly that. They haven't been able to take a long-standing lead yet with it, but they've been able to keep this game close, and really it is leaning more in their way right now, I'd say.
Duduka whirls it into Lackland at the near post. Hundelt on the collect, twisting against O'Keefe. Breathing room, Varela. Rayleigh off the lily pad. Minode forward to Hulk. Left-footed pass, Thomas. Drop back, Varela. All three of them have scored. Rayleigh. Frenchie, who's factored in big without Uzi Tayu on the starting roster, active roster tonight. Rolled across field, Varela. Less than a minute now in this third. Julio. Boarding to Duduka. Back to Julio! Went for the chip. Just wide, about even with the bar. Briggs under 40 now. Duduka. Good feed. Varela. Splash through the middle. Almeida to Duduka. It's blocked! Oh no! Defender came sliding back. And that'll take us to about 20. On the board, Briggs gets into a little bit of a kerfuffle, gets whistled for a foul. What a play by Moises Hernandez in front of the goal to block the shot. 18.3, free kick coming for the Sidekicks.
That was unbelievable, and it's the second time that one of the chief defenders for the Sidekicks has stepped in front of a ball destined to hit the net and change things in favor of the ambush. And boy, did that play break away from them, because in transition the other way, Christian Briggs again called for the foul, and he pulled the card that means ambush are going to man down, which means the last 18 seconds of this third quarter, in the first over a minute and a half of the fourth frame, the ambush are playing a man down while trying to stick with the Sidekicks, tied 4-4.
Holding call on Briggs. Ambush have killed 5 of 6 penalties successfully this year. The Avatar card comes out for the first time, and it might take us all the way to the fourth. Inside of 5 seconds, Sidekicks last gasp. Flung way, way wide and high by Asai Romero. We're through 45 minutes, and we're tied at 4s at the Family Arena. This is the St. Louis Ambush and the Dallas Sidekicks on MASL TV.
Starting a new business isn't simple, but B1 Bank can make it uncomplicated. If you're looking to start or grow your own business, B1 Bank can help establish a seamless plan for future growth. Connect with a B1 banker today. Learn more at b1bank.com/business.
Mealtimes are having a moment, a flavorful moment. A moment you can only discover with the one-of-a-kind chicken and sides of Pollo Campero, crafted to taste like home.
Get ready for fast-paced, non-stop action with your St. Louis Ambush. Feel the thrill of indoor soccer with every goal, save, and play. Fun for the whole family. Bring the kids for an unforgettable experience. Catch all the action at the Family Arena. Get your tickets now at stlambush.com. The St. Louis Ambush. Don't miss a minute of the action.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on X. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo. Alex Bostavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Disagree with the call tonight? You might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review, with Phil Levanko and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube.
4-4 ball game at the Family Arena in St. Charles, just outside of St. Louis, Missouri. 27 shots on goal for the Sidekicks, only 18 for the Ambush, but we're still tied 4-4. Frank Tayu's been excellent tonight, a goal and an assist. Lucas Almeida has a couple of apples, and we've seen some new guys step up as well. As far as scoring goes this season, Julio Varela, he's at 3 goals this year. JT Thomas and Duduka, veterans of the Ambush, have each scored once in this game to get us this 4th, appropriately tied at 4s.
Joey, speaking of the 4th, I got to throw out this. The Milwaukee Wave have moved on to 3-0-0 with a 5-4 win over the Baltimore Blast thanks to Ian Bennett scoring a late goal for the Wave. And so a 5-4 matchup already on the docket today. Maybe another 5-4 matchup here tonight.
Lovegrove Slash, luckily just west of the pink. Keep an eye on the entire MASL scoreboard. Busy night across the league for you. Yair Romero again to Lovegrove. This Dallas team this evening playing without Blas Perez. I'm curious to see if the 43-year-old will be active tomorrow night when they have their home opener against that same Wave team, 7 o'clock tomorrow in the Lone Star State. Ambush, meanwhile, back in action December 28th at KC, back at home New Year's Eve, 2 o'clock against the Comets. Oscar Romero finds a friend headed across the middle. Luckily, it leaks through. Powell served it. Now Lovegrove slipped by Frenchie. Here comes Niamsi. Niamsi on the ground. Ski ball bangs off the board toward Austin, but gets vacuumed up by Yair Romero. Both teams taking chances early, looking to reassert control over a back and forth game. Lovegrove, left foot, slams it right into Frenchie. Niamsi, good skill, slows things down wisely at the center circle. Refeeds Hundelt. Briggs still in the box, but about to come out. Ambush withstand the power play that ends up relatively quiet for the Sidekicks. Ambush continue to be excellent, killing penalties, 6 of 7 successful kills this year.
You got to credit the goalkeepers on that, Joey. Anytime you have that kind of record, at some point you're getting a save, and Poyo was no exception there, getting some big ones in that stretch.
Tayu. Araujo off the Axios Financial side. Mo clinking one toward the King, stolen away by Quintana. Sidekicks can't relax with Tayu still in the area. Lackland. Softly done, and Jamie Swanner showing off the hands that made him such a success. 1984 Olympics. So many great moments, all the way really until his late 40s. He was an owner and a goalkeeper with the St. Louis Illusion. A long and storied career he had. Rayleigh bumps one off the board. King basically being held by Nestor Hernandez, no choice.
And when it comes to Swanner, really, I I mean, you just won't find a quieter, kinder individual than him. And honestly, that's the thing about goalies. They're one of two ways. They're either Polo or Swanner. They're nice, chill, calm, or you got the Nettos of the group.
Nicolau Neto, goalkeeper for the Comets. We did not see them when they were here in November. I wonder if we'll see them on New Year's Eve.
I bet we will.
Taiyu back through Rayleigh, the guy who's kind of taking his place with Neto trying to get healthy. Ejimadu, meanwhile, is the goalkeeper of the week in the MASL, thanks to Alex Bostavansky for catching us up on the latest MASL news during halftime. Philip Ejimadu, good start to the season for him, allowed a couple of goals, but they didn't really matter as the Comets raced past the sidekicks last weekend. Poyo feeding. Oh, that's a nice little juggling piece from Mo. Thomas can't catch up. Hundelt. Lateral pass. Kido. Taiyu from the side refeeds the rookie. Ambush 4 sidekicks for less than 11. Ambush kill about $1.40 on a penalty to start this fourth quarter. How can we really make something of it? Briggs keyboards one over to Hundelt. Alrod stepping to him. Muscled forward by Hundelt, chested off the board by Taiyu. Double team, Kido. Ambush finding entry difficult. O'Keefe coming toward Briggs. SK steps back into the game. Taiyu being elbowed by Hernandez. Briggs over to Niamsu. Will loses it, cutting between two defenders. O'Keefe to Baliant, trying to shed SK on the way out. Redirects, Baladez, corner, Briggs, trying to keep him contained. Lovegrove sends it off the glass, right to Poyo. Poyo allowing 2 goals in the third quarter, but also had 2 fantastic diving saves. One right before the ball got headed in by Powell that MASL Arena on X is calling a goal, of course, but also calling the play preceding it a save of the year candidate. Hoisted forward Balian. Varela locks him up. Balian gets it right back. Poyo comes out to cut it off on a knee. Nice work by Cortez. Through the escape hatch all the way down to Lackland. It was given to him by Moises Hernandez, who had a block right on the line at the end of the third quarter. Well, he's on the far side of the field. Comes back toward the middle. Almeida and Austin clogging things up. Tristan, youngster out of Denver, gets a take. Tries a shot. Moises slides in front. Boy, that's just relentless from a veteran defender who's played on some of the biggest stages in the world.
Austin almost beat him, though, but, man, just a perfect read by Moises. He goes down. Probably could have got a foul call in a little bit of a tighter, close-called game, but not tonight.
Moises Hernandez on the defense for the sidekicks. Now they've got it on the other side. Powell with 8:18. Lovegrove. Thought he saw something. Varela, nice work to get it on the radar. Julio.
Turned his back right when Frank got out of off the bench and made a run. Fortunately, Varela just didn't see it.
And that's something this ambush team has been working on with Frank getting off the field as the team transitions to defense. Can they find him when he gets back on real quick? Find him here, Hundelt. One-on-one, Taiyu against Hernandez, takes it to the middle, left foot just high. Gorgeous move north of the pink. Hundelt on a rip away. Things being resuscitated for the ambush. 7:36 left. We're still tied at 4s. Araujo. Taiyu makes Hernandez look foolish. Taiyu wanted a run into the corner by Hundelt. Settles Rayleigh in the center circle instead.
Or he was waiting for a run through the middle either. There were multiple ambush, Joe. You could have taken off there, but again, just not the movement you want to see right now.
King wants his second goal again against Hernandez, who goes to the carpet, rips it away. No call. Araujo want to take back. Ambush keep possession. Rayleigh through Cortez.
Call it a tactical foul there. Well done by the sidekicks. No call.
Araujo. Big Mo back into the game. Not a great touch. Ends up yanked away. Balliet, luckily, wide on the shot.
I was going to say, luckily, very selfish.
Quintana makes it into a wrestling match. And I think you're right. I think Balliet had a friend that he could have given it off to for an easier look and probably an easier finish. Duduka is calling for too many men on the field. Something's gone awry for the sidekicks. Referees will keep going.
It was just the fifth man.
There's a hot shot. Pollo with cuticles on it. Lovegrove bulldozing through, rolls it across the box. And once again, you're right, Matt. That was a fifth man, but he was half in, half out. He was basically standing in the portal of the bench.
Yeah, he kind of took he thought he was making a mistake stepping on, so he tried to hide it by stepping back. And it made it look like he was more guilty than he was.
Romero is clutching his face as if he's just walked into the wrong kind of appointment with Captain Hook, and they're calling it on Niamsi. Asai Romero, the middle Romero brother, did a good job to sell it, gets a foul. Fans let him know how they feel.
Apparently there's just shrapnel flying off the boards there.
Side kicks. Lovegrove through Balladez in the corner. Austin, nice work to get back and fuzzle it up. Thomas downfield. Chile. Just a bit long for him. Lackland thwarts.
Tad bit long there. Just every ball for the Ambush has just been a little bit off in the second half.
Mo NTI giving the Ambush a chance to switch. Fresh legs on the field. Hundelton Varela, as Mo himself goes back to the bench. Briggs on. Tayu Almeida. Turned by Tayu out to Briggs. 5:14 left. Nobody scored in the fourth. We are even 4-4. Fantastic MASL action. Almeida wanted Varela. Stolen briefly by Powell. Varela goes to the floor to win it against Quintana. He sends it through the middle. Tayu chases down. Powell gets a takeaway. Adelt cuts him off on the way out. Side kicks. They'll have to work for this. Hundelt opportunistic to Tayu. King stopped up. Slide through by Quintana on the block. They go at it, and finally the whistle comes out. This is a foul against Dallas. Well, Quintana was on the floor.
Oh,
and then he
definitely
got in
some
Tayu's
words there.
face.
There it
Yep.
is. The fan throwing up a blue card because he wants to see it. Nothing from the officials. But Quintana was right in Mo NDI's face saying something. Or excuse me, Frank Tayu's.
Ambush at least get the benefit of the foul. 2 on the wall for the sidekicks. 4:33 to go in regulation. Mo and Almeida closest to it. They'll confer. Thomas is right behind the wall. Tayu at the far post. Duduka lurking up top. Mo off the board, injects it, wanted Thomas. Ambush never get a crack at the goal. Holt plays it back. Pollo. Ski ball, Tayu, corner. Once again, he and Hernandez lock horns. Tayu goes down. Long heave by Lackland. Elrod diving save, Pollo Cortez. Bounces up off the side kicks, out of bounds. Yair Romero the last to touch. 4:08, we still have not had the official timeout, and they will change that right now. A late official timeout in the fourth quarter. 4-4, Ambush, sidekicks. A fantastic finish coming up for you on MASL TV.
21-time nominated Grammy Award winner Dwight Yoakam. The Cosmic Roundup and Rodeo Tour. April 24th, 7 p.m., the Family Arena. With special guest, the Mavericks. On sale at the Carroll House Furniture box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. Dwight Yoakam Live.
Take control. Make a healthy change. Maintain a healthy weight. Exercise regularly. Don't smoke or use smokeless tobacco. Eat a healthy diet. Limit alcohol. Protect yourself from the sun and avoid tanning beds. Protect against sexually transmitted infections. Get screening tests. For more 8 Ways tips, visit siteman.woostel.edu/take control.
4 and change in a 4-4 game at Family Arena. Hundelt on the restart for the ambush off the wall. Keto coming back to help out. Hundelt over the top has it headed back. Araujo bringing down with the chest. Nobody scored in the 4th. Ambush hopeful to change. Hundelt eases back through Araujo. We're the only MASL action at this exact moment. Earlier this week, Strikers beat the Stars 10-5. They take on the Outlaws later this weekend. That's on Sunday. Stars Soccer's tomorrow. That is a 10:35 Eastern time matchup. MASL TV. Keto snaking Araujo. Keto back here through Hulk. Rayleigh to Hundelt. 3:20 now. Rayleigh in his team debut. Even to a former Baltimore teammate in Araujo.
They still letting him play out here, Joey.
Balliet probably should have been whistled there. Nothing comes through. SK with Thomas off the bench and Niamsi off the bench as well. Chile. Darting by Romero. Oh, sent it to the back post. Hit off of a side kick targeting Hulk. Hit off Hernandez. Gets gobbled up by Lackland. Uh-oh. Side kicks on the other side. Rayleigh gets between S.I. Romero and the ball. Yanks it away in the corner. A bit of a dangerous pass to Niamsi.
Great defense,
Ambush happy to escape.
Great defense. A perfect angle there by Jeremy Rayleigh, excuse me, just to take that one away. Oh, side kicks were getting close to the winning goal.
Frenchie! Across the mouth of the goal. No one there to brush it. Now Briggs! Laser knocked down by Lackland. 2:19. 4-4 we remain. Moises Hernandez, the 32-year-old. To the gold line, shakes and bakes. Luckily, airmails the shot. Goalkeeper distribution for Pollo Cortez. He and Paulo working on a solid game. Each goalkeeper for the ambush allowing 2 goals. Cortez has been pitch perfect in the 4th quarter. So has his counterpart Lackland, though. Varela. Circle. Wanted Tayu. Hernandez right there waiting for it.
Not to take anything away from Pargo Lackland, but I mean, he just has not been tested in the way that Pollo has in the second half. It's been unbelievable, the saves that Pollo's made despite the 2 goals.
Side kicks out shooting the ambush. Hundelt, easy enough on a roll.
Yeah, they've been out shooting the ambush the entire game, Joey, but after the first half, it was a difference of 3 shots on goal. At this point, the Sidekicks now lead by 11.
Grabbing Varela, and ultimately it looks like Varela is going to be the one who's whistled.
I believe we were looking at a 16-13 discrepancy, or 12 to something like 14-12 maybe, in discrepancy on shots on goal in the first half. 10 more shots on goal total now for the Sidekicks. They really have ramped up that offense as we've seen them really live with the ball in the ambushes area for chunks of the second half.
Lovegrove, free kick, basically a corner. Dropping back, Romero squeezes it in. Yair's pass intercepted down low by Varela. Booted out by Almeida. Lackland with $1.24, stripped by Niamsi. Frenchie! Will Niamsi! Soaking the net like a dishwasher explosion at the Yahoo headquarters!
We called it in the first quarter, Joey. Parker Lackland has been off his line all game long. Second half, he's been so much more solid, but it finally bites him in the back, and he crumbles to the ground as that ball crosses the white line. A rough play for Parker Lackland, who they're going to go with the extra attacker for these final 80 seconds here. And Parker Lackland, he's beating the sides of the bench. He is so angry at himself. And man, again, he got away with coming off his line so many times there in the first half, Joey, and the Ambush were never able to take advantage of it. A huge mistake by Parker Lackland. And let's give some credit to Frenchie Williamsi, who's been the hustle play of the game the entire matchup and comes away with the biggest game-winning goal potentially there.
5-4 ambush. Oscar Romero's in the pink jersey for the Sidekicks. 65 seconds to play. Ambush closing in on a first win this season. Yair Romero. Ambush swarm, gets it back to Lovegrove. His brother Oscar feeds him. Oscar with 53. Yair, corner, pressured by Mo. Forces it back out to Oscar. Lateral pass, Lovegrove. Tipped out to Powell on the board. Oscar calls for it, less than 40. 5-4 ambush. Crowd of 1252 coming to life at the Family Arena. Powell, the recipient again. A shot. Oh, a great flick by Alrod. Luckily, it's high. Cortez paddle balls it away, and the Ambush draw a foul. Free kick, St. Louis, 26 seconds left.
I do want to point out, Joey, that all three Romeros are on the carpet right now for the Dallas Sidekicks. But, man, how about that little flick there? Was that Alrod?
That was Alrod.
Oh, man, what
Alberto
a game
Rodriguez.
that Albert Rodriguez has been having today. That little flick, if that's a game-tying goal, that would easily go straight up to the top of one of the best goals of the entire season already.
Well, they got, I think, what they wanted, which was him in front of the bookshelf, and he was so close so far. Ambush do take a timeout to contemplate how to get this thing out of our end without losing it too quickly. You don't want to just boot it downfield and give them a chance to come back on a quick counter. Should be interesting to see how Jeff Locker and co. want to play this. We will be watching closely, and we'll be watching closely on New Year's Eve. Make sure you get those tickets for our annual New Year's Eve Kids Bash, complete with light ups, party hats, noisemakers, and a countdown with a 3,000+ balloon drop on the field immediately following the game. The Ambush will be taking on the Kansas City Comets in the WANA I-70 Series battle. Right now, the Comets do have a 2-0 lead in that 5-game series this year. Ambush go there on the 28th. Back at home, 2 p.m. on the 31st. Tickets at stlambush.com, Ticketmaster.com, and at the Family Arena box office.
Biggest 26 seconds of the season so far, Joey, no doubt about it.
Deduca, King Tayu, Rafa Araujo, Julio Varela, and Chili Willie SK.
A very offensive lineup.
And actually, it looks like Deduca is back on the bench, and it's Hundelt who will do the clearing right by Pollo. O'Keefe closest for the Sidekicks. Hundelt, long Tayu, finds the target. Frank brought it down, and it gets whistled back. 3-line pass.
I believe it might be. Bad mistake there.
Turnover, and it's going to be a chance on the gold line after the 3-line pass. Sidekicks now less than 20.
An unforced error by the Ambush there. Can't be giving them their sixth attacker in an attacking position.
Goes with Araujo, commits a foul, given to the King, puts a gopher in the skee-ball machine, doesn't get the arcade tickets. Less than 5, Chili hits it out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 1 second left.
Good.
Fans thinking the game is over.
Not yet.
But it is not quite yet. There's 1.3 seconds on the clock. And I think the Sidekicks maybe thought it was over too. They had some players streaming onto the field. Now they have to go the length in a second, and it will run down and be finished. The clock will expire, and the Ambush are winners for the first time in 2024-2025. Great way to take us to Christmas. A 5-4 victory. Will Niamsi, a game-winning goal with just 80 seconds left.
Absolutely huge for the Ambush. We called it the most crucial 26 seconds. Good job by them to close that one out. And yeah, you got to give Will Niamsi, the all-star player of the game in this one, Joey. I mean, his effort throughout the entire game was so huge. Nobody else on the ambush was what made as many interceptions, made as many progressive runs, controlled the ball as well as Will Niamsi did throughout the midfield and the defensive third. That was a huge performance by him, and then obviously Johnny on the spot. The man makes the play with a wide open net when the ambush just couldn't seem to make those easy plays throughout the entire game. Huge play by Niamsi, huge win for the ambush, walking away here with a 5-4 win. Your second 5-4 win of the day on today's MASL schedule.
That's right. Milwaukee won 5-4 over Baltimore. They are going to travel to Texas to help this Sidekicks team open up their home schedule tomorrow at 7, while the ambush wait a little more than a week before going to KC on the 28th and return on New Year's Eve. A 5-4 W for the ambush on MASL TV. Frank Tayu got the scoring going early for the ambush, and the guys, I think, kept it going pretty well offensively, at least well enough. But a lot of the story goes with Paulo and Pollo, the goalkeepers, who were fantastic tonight for the ambush, getting the support of Duduka for one, who scored his first goal of the season. JT Thomas scored. Julio Varela scored before Niamsi put in the game winner after a mistake by Lackland. Almeida had himself a couple of assists. He's putting together one of his finest ever ambush campaigns. And the ambush get into the W column courtesy of these guys in front of a crowd of 1,252 at the Family Arena. We've got the all-star of the game about to be announced, and we've got players down on the field with Angela Sharp and our field side team about to go to Angela to catch up with the stars of the game. Ambush now in a position to close out 2024 really strongly. Angela is down on the field, and she's got Will Niamsi with her. Take it away, Angela Sharp, and today's all-star of the game. He used to have it on the back of the jersey, Frenchie. We still call him that, Frenchie. Will Niamsi joining Angela Sharp field side.
All right, we are down here with our Under the Yellow Umbrella player of the game. We all said for Christmas we needed an ambush win. You helped get us there.
Yeah, I'm very happy that I'm able to give like a Christmas gift to our fan. Yeah, thank you so much for coming and supporting us all the time.
Let's talk about this game. This game was tied pretty much the entire game. Scored there with what, like a minute and some change left, right? So you just like to make us sit on the edge of our seat? Is that what the deal is? You're trying to make us suspenseful?
It's exactly like that. Like if like the game is easy and you know that we're gonna win or you know that we're gonna lose all the time, he doesn't give you any goosebumps or things like that, you know. So we try to make it interesting for you guys.
Well, it was very interesting. What did you think about all our festive fans here cheering you guys on?
That's great. I don't know if you saw our ugly sweater. Like, I don't know who designed that, but for some reason my face is in the middle, like a big face over here with me smiling. I don't know why. It's supposed to be an ugly sweater and you make me ugly like that? No, that's not good. Other than that.
The sweaters you guys wore pregame, you're saying it's not ugly because it's got your face right there in the middle and you're all happy, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're not ugly. You're a good-looking guy. I like that.
Thank you. That's what I thought.
You guys will be back here on New Year's Eve for the kid-friendly New Year's Eve party that starts that day at 2 o'clock. Are you going to be bringing another win to your ambush fans that day?
Yeah, we have to, just to start the new year like in a proper way. We have to win. So we're going to work hard in practice to make sure that we can win this game.
Love it. Let us hear it for your player of the game, the Under the Yellow Umbrella player of the game right here. Gave us a good win for Christmas.
Angela Sharp, joined by Will Niamsi, our player of the game. We've got stats, highlights, and scores for you right after this break. Ambush winners against the Sidekicks. We'll wrap it up on MASL TV.